Hi, Steve Hackney here, co-founder of the Academy for Growth, creators of arguably the most successful sales and marketing program for accounting firms, with hundreds of accounting firms all over the world successfully using the program. What we're talking about today is the 12 essentials of growing your accounting firm and how to acquire more clients at the right fee. Now, way back in part one of the video series, I introduced you to an unseemly character called Slasher. And Slasher is one or more of your competitors that is quite willing to slash prices, cut fees, irrespective of the impact on his own firm. And obviously right now, there are usually more than one of these unseemly characters in your market. And a number of our 12 essentials actually help to eliminate this guy, or certainly reduce his impact. And number 11, which is sales meeting choreography, is another one of those strategies that will help to eliminate this horrible chap. So let me go through what I mean by this. Well, really what sales meeting choreography is all about is stage managing your sales meetings. And again, something we talked about in one of the previous videos is you need to take a strategic approach to getting clients for selling. And I know that sell is a four-letter swear word for most accountants, but you have to really take a serious strategic look at how you're going to take that person in that meeting and create a wave that makes them think by the end of it, I'd be an absolute idiot not to sign up with these guys. And we call that sales meeting choreography. And there are a few important elements that I just want to take you through. There are more obviously, but let me just cover the main ones. The first thing is the seating position. Now, the classic seating position that most accountants use is this. So you've got your table here. The accountant sits at one side of the table, the prospective client sits at the other. Now what that is, that's creating a barrier. This is classic sales technique, this. You should never set that up like that. What you should be doing is, if you've only got a square or rectangle table in the office, then you should be removing that chair from there and sitting here and moving this further over. So you're kind of on the corner here. Okay, you're kind of working together rather than in opposition to each other. Ideally, round table, seats here, and obviously if you're meeting more than one person, a round table is great because there's no barriers there, you're all working together. As I said, it's classic sales technique that, but it's a really important element to ensure that you're setting things up correctly right from the start. The next thing and key to your success is making sure your meetings are dynamic. Now, we've sat in on many accountant meetings with prospective clients, and one of the biggest problems is the fact that most meetings are boring. The accountant sits on one side of the table, as we've said, and the prospect sits here, or let's say they're a little bit clued on and they sit like here, but still the meeting isn't dynamic. The accountant just sits there talking to the prospective client. Now, obviously, verbally communicating is an important element, but you need to mix it with other media. So we have to create a multimedia approach to your sales meetings, and this creates vibrancy. This makes people sit up and think, wow, this guy's different. And again, it's creating this differentiating yourself from every other accountant. And we do this, obviously, you've got the verbal cues and everything like that. You should use handouts, okay, of diagrams and maybe systems of how you work. Video again, video is such a potent weapon. Use PowerPoint presentations. Don't do death by PowerPoint, okay? Half a dozen slides is ample, but put really graphic images on there, images that create some sense of uplift in the person that you're meeting. Images that will help them look at you and think, yeah, this guy's different. And also use a flip chart, okay? When you use a flip chart, you create expert status in the mind of your prospective client. Teachers and experts use flip charts, kind of just how I'm doing now, to convey these essentials to you. Very important using flip charts. If you get a little bit nervous about drawing, you're maybe not a good person to draw on flip charts, and we do recommend you use diagrams and things. Just create the flip charts prior to your meeting in light pencil, so you can just go over during the meeting, so you create an almost perfect image of what you're trying to create. That's it for this video. Please remember to share, like and write a comment about the video, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to our free 10-part video training course on how to quickly grow your accounting firm. There's much more information on sales meeting choreography in those videos, and you can subscribe to them simply by clicking on one of the links below the video. Thanks again.